Hey, what's up everybody? Sora here. I just wanted to give a few words before this starts. If you don't care about all that, you can skip to this timestamp right here, and if you're watching the premiere, well, tough luck. You're stuck here with me for a bit. This video is basically going to be a compilation of all the unfinished works I had in my folders that I deemed done enough to touch up, make a visualizer of, and upload. It's going to include 3 betadcius, 2 regular covers, and 1 thing I composed vocals for. The All-Stars betadciu is unfortunately not one of them. I simply did not have enough for that to warrant done enough status. Sorry about that. They'll be coming in one after another when I'm done yapping, and do keep in mind that these are going to be, like I said, very basic visualizers with audio that isn't 100% finished. I have just unfortunately lost the motivation to code for anything FNF related and have only made an exception for one special thing. There should also be a poll on the premiere right now if you'd like to see everything showcased here as separate uploads for each of direction, so make sure you give that a vote. After this, the only FNF content you'll see from me is me playing base game or the very select few mods I'm interested in. I'm gonna be venturing into variety content as that's interested me a lot more with each passing day. Anyway, I'll talk more about that after all the cars have been showcased. I've yapped enough. I hope you enjoy my final works for the FNF cover community. It's been an amazing ride. Roll out the first cover!
How's that for an old head?
What are you doing here? I was gonna ask you the same thing. Why are you here? I only came back to get something I left behind. May I join in?
never was, ever could be, or ever will be my friend! Twisted fuck!
Seems I didn't have to go searching for more.
to do here? There's nothing to fear. Mr. Pumpkinhead, you're too early by half a year. Looking scary, maybe to those born years ago. All you are is folklore, no one fears you anymore. We know of all your tricks, all that is for the kids. Even if I'm trapped in here with you, you'll know the all-star. Not enough hiding and seeking, this whole place is just reeking. Now let me drop my microphone until you're ready to fall.
Alright, that's it. This is the last straw. You asked for this. Nobody enters my maze. One.
Oh hey, you're still here. Thank you so much for sticking around. This journey has been very exciting for me and I've learned a lot. I want to thank you, the viewer, for allowing me to be able to call YouTube my job and do what I love. Your continued support has kept fueling me to follow my dreams and do what I love. I've met many great people and made so many amazing memories through the years, but unfortunately also met just as many not so great people and made bad memories on this journey, which could be said with any community, but it's unfortunate that this has been especially clear with my stay in this one. Even so, I am so extremely appreciative to all my friends I talk to basically every day, and I can hang out with them to play games and hang out whenever. I love you guys. While my road for FNF is over, my time on YouTube isn't. I'm gonna be live streaming a lot more frequently and uploading videos on many different games. I hope you'll stick around for that, even if you subscribe just for my FNF cover content. Some closing words. Doki Cross Takeover will no longer be directed by me and is its own thing now, as me and EG, the original directors for the concept, no longer work on it, so there will be no updates on the mod from me. Unfortunately, the Hotline comp I announced a while back is also cancelled. Any work that had made progress and people I collabed with will be shown on their respective channels, so go check them out. I've talked enough. I hope it hasn't been too much of a pain trying to follow along. If I accidentally forgot something, I'll make a community post about the notes. Thank you so much for an awesome journey. I appreciate every single one of you. That's all I've got for now. See you in the new chapter of content. Bye bye.